NAIJAXTREME.
NAIJAXTREME. NAIJAXTREME blog. The most online visited platform that delivers global news,
Entertainment,
sports,
unique fashion,
and of course,
gossip.
My sister, you too like Ofofo.
Hey, why I no go like Ofofo?
For your latest news, visit www.NAIJAXTREME.com.
For advert placement and promotion,
Email us at NAIJAXTREME1@gmail.com.
follow us on Facebook and Twitter
At NAIJAXTREME and Instagram.
at NAIJAXTREME Fashion.
Don't be the last to find out. Cause NAIJAXTREME is the bomb.
Have you heard about Kesman Exchange? We buy and sell Bitcoin. You can also sell gift cards for us at Kesman Exchange. All at the best rate. We are real agency 24 hours 7 days a week, all transaction under 10 minutes. Easy, safe, fast and reliable. Contact us now on WhatsApp at 0810-328-0712.
NAIJAXTREME.
NAIJAXTREME.
NAIJAXTREME. NAIJAXTREME blog. The most online visited platform that delivers global news,
Entertainment,
sports,
unique fashion,
and of course,
gossip.
my sister, you too like Ofofo.
Hey, why I no go like Ofofo?
For your latest news, visit www.NAIJAXTREME.com.
For advert placement and promotion,
Email us at NAIJAXTREME1@gmail.com.
follow us on Facebook and Twitter
At NAIJAXTREME and Instagram.
at NAIJAXTREME Fashion.
Don't be the last to find out. Cause NAIJAXTREME is the bomb.
Hello, beautiful people. Yeah, this is our first episode in the year 2019, Bisola.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, nice to have you guys on the show again today. And our topic today is going to be how important is communication in a relationship or marriage? How important is communication in a relationship or marriage? I remain Jai, and here with me is my beautiful co-host, Bisola. And sit back and let the show begin.
Hi, everyone. Welcome again today. We are excited to have you on the show.
Very excited.
It's 2019. The last time we were here was 2018.
Yeah.
2019 is the new year. Everybody has all kinds of new year resolutions. New me, new year, all kinds of things we say when it's
To
the new year.
me, it's a year of divine enlargement.
Okay. I got you. And I look forward to new things. I look forward to more favor. I look forward
Definitely.
to upliftment, better things because it's the new year. Yeah, and today we're just going to be talking about something basic. A lot of people think they're doing this in the relationship, but they're not doing it right.
Definitely.
And without this basic, it's almost like we're doing everything wrong. It's almost like things are not working the way they should. And it's like I'm doing everything and I'm communicating.
And it's not working out.
I love him, he loves me. We're doing everything right, but then things are not working out. So we're going to be talking about the basic. It's so basic, but without this, a lot of things will not work right.
Well, yeah.
A lot of things will not fall in place. A lot of things will not be the way they're supposed to be.
Definitely.
And we're still doing the same thing. We're not changing anything yet on the show. We're just improving on a lot of other things. We've just started and we're looking forward to making this the best. And so both of us, me and you and her and everybody out there can enjoy and grow together. Yesterday, as usual, we placed a survey on Facebook to know what the thoughts of people are on this particular topic. What do they think? Is communication important? Is it not? Should we take it for granted?
Yeah.
How important? Is it very important? Not important at all? These are things to put up out there, and we get results as usual.
The result was mind blowing, man.
It was funny to me though.
Yeah.
But I was expecting it. I was, and those that said
I was just surprised about those who said not important.
I know, right? But I was expecting the turnout rate. 92% said very important.
Communication
is very important.
Yeah, that was what 92% said.
Yes, and then about 8% said not important. I don't know what they do in their relationship, but if they think communication is
It's
not
not important.
important, I
No.
would like to hear why. I
Mhm.
want to know what they're doing. I want to know what the trick is. If there's a different trick that they're doing and we do not know about,
About.
and I'm just looking forward to hearing from these people. Anyways, we're going to go right into the show, and we're going to be talking about, this show is not to tell you what to do in your relationship.
Definitely.
We're
We are
not
not
pushing anything.
no, we're
This is
not.
just us giving you the facts and hoping that you take them
And we
and
both learn from it. That's just
exactly
it.
the decision
It's
about your
yours.
relationship.
It's yours. Not ours.
Ultimately, not ours, not
Not
ours,
ours.
not nobody's. It's yours. It's you and your partner's decision to do whatever you want to do in your relationship. So, I don't know about everyone else, but for me, I think communication is one of the biggest keys to a
Exactly.
successful
It's very, very
relationship.
important in any relationship.
That's just my opinion. I don't know about any other
I
person.
know for me it's important, but majority out there they also believe it's very important. So I think we are on the same page with those people who believe communication is very important.
Yes, I totally agree with that. I believe it's very important. And it's not just about thinking that I can communicate. It's not just about talking. It's not
Yeah.
just about we sitting down and doing something. It's not just about us just discussing. When it comes to communication, inability to, when you're unable to communicate well, it can lead to stress,
Mm,
it can lead to frustration, it can even lead to trust issues.
definitely.
Yeah,
I
when
believe we have several kinds of way you can communicate. It's not by verbal only, you know that you
yeah,
can communicate with your facial expression, with signs, body expression and everything. And as we said, it's very important because you might even think you're communicating and my dear, you are not.
all the time that's the problem. We think we're communicating, but we are not.
Definitely.
Because, we're doing something different. We're just not doing exactly what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's why there are issues in the relationship. We're talking. I'm always talking to him. I'm telling him everything. But man,
You ain't talking right.
how are you talking? How are you telling him things? How are you telling her things? But I am plain. I put everything on the table, but you're not doing it right. So we're here to just give you some of the rules to communicating right. What are the best ways to communicate? How well do you go about it?
Yeah.
And how do you make it in such a way that at the end of the day, what he or she is taking out of that communication is not what you're not saying.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you're talking to
You
someone,
misquote.
exactly, and both of you are saying something totally different. It's
Yeah.
like, no, no. And so many things happen in a relationship where you're talking to someone and the person is quoting you out of context.
That has to do with the way you are communicating.
That's why we're here to say there are certain rules that guide
Abide
communicating
communications.
effectively.
Yeah.
Because if you don't go with these rules, if you don't follow these rules, you're just going to keep talking. And it's like nothing is happening.
Yeah.
It's not going the way I want it to go. And one of, I know this is the 21st century, and hallelujah, we're in 2019. And things are going fast. We have
Real
social
fast, real
media,
fast.
we have all kinds of
And we
things.
have a lot of stuff really, really happening there, out there. When you go on Facebook, social media, you hear all kind of stories every day. People killing themselves, committing suicide. I think communication has to do with that. That's my opinion. I think communication has to do. Yesterday, I saw a guy, an image on Facebook saying the man got himself burnt because the wife left him. 2 days ago, another one took his life by taking some
Burn.
poisonous
What do you
stuffs.
what do you mean by
He
burn?
set himself ablaze, set himself on
Whoa.
fire. He said because the wife left him.
Huh.
The other one committed suicide because the wife left him.
Yeah, I heard about that
You
guy.
heard
It was
about that.
sad.
So a
It
lot of
was.
stuff is really, really happening in a marriage because they fail to communicate. That's what I think.
Yeah, we know that a lot of other issues come to play, but that's why we're discussing this at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Because every show we're going to be doing, communication is going to come up.
Very important.
Communication
All
is going to be one of the, one of the issues, one of the reasons, maybe one of the bullet points or something, but communication is going to keep coming up.
Yeah.
And that's why we want to trash it out now. We want you to know what it is, we want you to do it the right way. So one of the rules is that never, ever discuss important things on text. Do not ever discuss important things. When you begin to go back and forth for like 10 times, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and you're going back and forth, I think you should put a cap to it. Probably pick up your phone and call that person rather than having to go back and forth with someone on text. You know why? Because you can never get someone's facial expression from a text, ever.
Definitely not.
And when I'm texting, I can have a flat face. Maybe I just write something because that's what pops in my head. I'm not reading meaning into it. There's no strings attached to what I'm saying. But because it's a phone, you're talking to a mini computer, you're just going to take it off of, you know.
I might not even meant it that way, the way the text came
Like-
in, but the way you are receiving it also matters. Because that's why most times when I give people benefit of doubt, whenever anything happens, I give people benefit of doubt in the sense that I say maybe it doesn't mean it this way, maybe she doesn't want to act this way.
And that is why you should
I
not
feel
you
much
should
better.
not leave room for maybes in your relationship. If you're my friend and you text me and maybe you say something, I can allow for maybe in our conversation, I can allow for maybe in the way we relate because you're my friend and
Definitely.
it doesn't really matter, but you're my partner. Texting is, I don't know, it just, I'm going to read it from my own emotion. I put my emotion into what I'm reading. I put my how I feel at the moment is how I'm going to read your text. A
Definitely.
simple
Definitely.
four-letter word of fine can be trouble.
Yeah.
Yes,
The way you receive it.
yes.
You
Say we're
might
having a
not be in your best
conversation.
mood, and the text
Exactly.
just came in,
And
and
it says
you
fine.
like,
I'm like,
what's wrong with this one?
what do you mean by fine? Can you? I want you to dissect fine. What do you say? What is fine? But that person it could mean fine. I understand you. It could mean fine. I'm done. It could be fine dismissively.
Yeah.
So
It could mean fine. Okay, I'm done.
I
Let's
don't
just
want to have
forget
this
it
conversation again
anymore.
Yeah, and it could mean fine. I understand. I get your point.
Mhm.
So conversation over the text is the worst. Discussing something important over the text is a no-no. You guys can talk about frivolous things, about short things, maybe simple conversations. You can have it over the text, you can have it over the phone. It's good, but when it comes to important conversations, I don't think it's one should
Talk about
discuss them over text. Another thing is be honest with each other.
definitely. That's the best key point so far.
Be honest
Be
with
open.
each
Be
other.
plain.
Yes, and a lot of people are not honest.
I have something to say about that, Bisola. Lack of communication
Mhm.
can lead to anger and hatred.
Of course.
So when you are not open to each other, then one has grudges, and you might not even know is angry with you, and it keeps nursing the anger, keeps nursing it, and the anger keeps growing up. That's how we find some people. They'll say they hate this guy, they hate this girl. It doesn't just start one day; it starts gradually. The process of anger increases, and it results into hatred. So when you
Exactly.
are not plain, when you are being
When you're
trickish,
communicating, but you're not
but you are not
communicating.
communicating
You know,
well,
you both of you are talking, and this person is saying something, and you're not comfortable what they're saying, but you're
saying
not saying
you're not saying
anything.
nothing. You just kept quiet.
So a lot of people pretend to be happy
That's
for
the
their
word.
spouse because
That's the word.
it's like, you know what? Let me not blow things out of proportion. Let me not. Oh, I don't. Your partner has a coworker that's very attractive, and they're always going out on this lunch, whatever. they have a lunch at work and it's happy hour and all of them are going together and both of you and you're not comfortable with it, honey,
Definitely.
talk about
I had a
it.
situation, a lady, a friend of ours, you know, she wasn't communicating with the guy properly. And the guy was actually doing what she doesn't like. And she wasn't communicating. And she finally said, "Oh, I'm done. I'm not interested anymore."
And the guy's gonna be like, what did I do?
What have I done? You were not even saying anything. And this guy keeps doing what you don't want and you keeping quiet. That results into hatred. The girl finally said, "Oh,
I'm
I'm
done.
done."
That's what happens. And do you know, sometimes it's not just about bad things. Sometimes it's just some good things that you're supposed to talk about. That like not really good, but maybe good, and then you're not seeing it as good.
Yeah.
Like I heard of a guy that had a fiance and not really a fiance, but girlfriend that they love each other and all of that. And it's like, oh, the lady's expecting that this guy will propose and will get married
He's
and
not
all of that.
proposing.
And then on her birthday, this guy was supposed to propose and he didn't propose. He gave us just some gift, and she's
Okay.
like, "What is going on? I was expecting a ring." And he's like, "I don't know you." And the lady was like, "What? We've
You
been
don't know
together
me.
for 2 years? What do you mean by you don't know me?" And he said, "I've never seen you act silly. I've never seen you're always so perfect. Your hair is always done, your makeup is always done,
Wow.
you're always looking all good, you're brilliant, you're smart, you're intelligent. I want to see your weak side. But I haven't seen that. And because I have not seen that, I did
I
not
can
propose
propose.
to you."
Okay, in that case, the guy's supposed to do something that would trigger the weak side of the lady.
Exactly.
But he
But
wasn't
then
doing nothing,
it probably is trying and she's acting all too perfect
Perfect.
because they're not communicating. Both of
Definitely.
them are not having this conversation that they should have. They're not doing it, so it's difficult. And this guy is like, "I want to see your act silly. I want to see your messed up here. But I'm not, your hair is always straightened out. Perfect. I want something silly. I want something out of the ordinary." You see, it's funny. And this girl thinks I'm Miss Perfect. I'm doing all right for myself.
Yeah.
Communication can be good, it can be bad. Like, you communicate about everything because sometimes you think you're just all perfect, but no, that's not it. Because it can lead to pent up frustration on both sides. Another thing is, don't bring up issues when you'll be prone to tears. Some people are so manipulative. It's like the guy brings up a conversation, something both of you are supposed to talk about, and you
And
bring
then you start crying.
and you start crying.
Yoruba we call that AK. Chicken cry. Or how do they call it?
Crocodile tears.
Crocodile tears.
And every time this guy tries to bring up a conversation, you're crying.
Then definitely
Both
the lady is after something.
both of
She's
you
hiding something.
exactly both of you can never have a conversation because what there's always tears. And when he thinks, "I want to have honest conversation with this woman. You know what? I don't want to see her tears." And maybe this guy is so sweet, he cannot even handle you
And
crying.
yeah,
And then that's it.
yeah.
So do not bring up a conversation when you know you're prone to tears. And stop using tears as a way to get out of a conversation. It's unfair. Both guys, and for there are guys that cry too. You know that.
Definitely.
And it's
There
going
should
to
be. Not only ladies that cry.
there are guys that cry and it's sad. And this is not just gender stereotype. I am not saying a man cannot cry. I am not saying a woman cannot cry. But when a man begins to use tears as a way to
Communicate.
handcuff his woman, or the woman begins to use tears as a way to handcuff her
No,
man,
that's not good.
that's not
Let
communication.
me
Don't do
buttress.
that.
Let me buttress what you just said now. Also, do not communicate when you are angry. You're gonna mess everything up. When you're angry and you are communicating, you just be ranting rubbish. Anytime you're angry and you want to talk, I would advise just take a chill pill, cool off. When you cool off, when you see the atmosphere is kind of good, then you can bring up the communication. Maybe the lady probably did something wrong and you want to trash it out and she was angry. There are sometimes you say something and it meets the other person in the wrong side and
They
the
take it
thing
out of
really,
proportion.
yeah,
They
they
take it
take
out
it
of
off.
context.
So in such scenario, what we advise is just cool off. You don't have to discuss such situation at that time. Just cool off, take a chill pill. You can even take a walk, then come back home. Then you guys should trash the thing out. By so doing, it will really help your level of communication. That's what
Yeah,
I think,
agree
right?
with you. To piggyback on what you just said, a lot of people do not know how to fight.
That is it.
Fighting is part of communication.
You
I
better
am
fight.
I am letting you
And
know. Fighting is part of communication, but please know how
not
to
this
fight.
kind of
No,
fight.
no, no, please, not that one. Know how to fight. You know why? Because it starts with listening. And when I say listening, I mean truly
Listening.
listening. A lot of people do not listen. They listen to defend themselves.
They're already set to defend. You
And
can't catch them red-handed.
all he's waiting for, all she's waiting for is that point that she can. You
She can
said
wreck.
this, and then she's going to give you defensive points. Oh, she said you said this one, and she just, she's just giving you back to you, back
Some
to
people
back.
are good at that. They are very good at
They
that,
give
you
it to
know.
you back to back.
They are good at that.
That's not
Some
how you
people.
communicate. That's just going to become unnecessary fight,
Noise.
unnecessary noise. Both of you are insulting each other and all of that. No, learn how to fight. Know how to fight. Listen carefully, and don't just act like you're listening. Listen, and go and check the dictionary meaning of listening. It is you have to be patient, you have to be there physically, mentally, psychologically
we
to
have
hear the person.
we have all kind of listening, you know.
A lot of people
It's part of listening. Okay. Okay. That's part of listening to you're just talking as a
Okay.
okay. Just shut you up.
Shut you up and say dismiss you, just dismiss the whole conversation. Listen, know what this person wants, know how they feel, try to understand their feelings, understand what they want, how they feel, give them the floor and wait for your turn. It's turn by turn. If both of you are shouting at each other, nobody's going to listen to each other. I know, it's conflict. You have all this built up, pent up frustration, pent up anger in you, and you just want to burst, especially we women. Our
I'm waiting
emotions
for the
is
right
all,
time.
oh yes, our emotions all over the place. We just want to eat it, bam, bam, bam. We want to say all of that, but try to listen. It's important. And that way you don't have to bring up things of the past. You don't have to start digging up and you did this to me last 2 weeks, you did this to me last 3 months, and you are doing it again. No, if you're going to have communication, if you're going to communicate effectively, you need to stop going back to the past. It just doesn't make sense that you keep bringing that up every time there is an issue.
No, that's very bad. You don't have to
It's
do
not
that.
because both of you are not doing what you're supposed to do. That means you're not listening to this person. How they feel right now can be independent of what happened months ago. So you need to listen to them, know how they feel. Both of you, if both of you know that you're listening to each other, then both of you will be able to work effectively with each other.
other.
But if you're not listening to one another, then both of you are just going to end up in chaos, fight, and destroy
That's
everywhere.
like why I said the depression part.
Mhm.
Because they fail to listen and they fail to communicate with each other, it leads to depression, which is a very, very bad disease. That's why everybody keeps shouting, you have to speak up, you have to speak up, you have to speak up. When you're going through any situation that you cannot handle, everyone has problem. No one is free of problem. The problem in quotes, I mean, everyone has one challenges or the other.
Everybody has something they're
Everybody
worried
has something
about.
they're worried about. So you are not the first to worry about something. But whenever such situation happen, that's why you have your partner to discuss with. Do not keep such thing within yourself and fail to communicate with your partner. It can lead to deep, very serious depression. And we are even tired of hearing people committing suicide. I'm telling you, we are tired of that. So let's learn to communicate more in our relationship between partners and communicate well, listen well, and communicate good.
Yes, depression is sad.
So
Depression is,
sad. So
and
sad.
researchers said that by 2020, depression is going to be the second killing disease, the
Yeah,
second
I
killing
can see that already. I
in the
can see it
world,
already.
and it's going to be, it's sad. And that is why we're treating this. You need to talk. You need to communicate. You need to
It's very
let people know
important.
how you feel. Nobody, no, look, everybody has their own feelings.
I'm telling you.
And if you think if she cannot handle how you feel, if he cannot handle how you feel, then please,
You're not compatible.
exactly, both of you cannot have reasonable conversation and work it out,
Mhm.
then you should not be wasting your time.
I
Because
should be
life is
I
precious.
should be able to rely on my partner
Of
when I'm
course.
into any mess. And the first person you should run to is your partner, for Christ's sake. If you can't talk
Agree
to your
with you.
partner, then whoever do you want to talk to? Is it the friends outside who's gonna mock you on the situation, or I don't know? It's very important
Yeah.
in a relationship or any marriage.
I totally agree with you on that. Another way to communicate is having to use the we statement. A lot of people use they're selfish and it's always I. And you did not call me last week. You did not do this last month. You said you were going to come pick me up and you did
And
not.
you
Come
didn't.
on, both of you are supposed to be in a relationship. It's a we thing. So both of you should use the we more. You never ask me how my day was. Why? Yeah, I get it. He probably forgot to ask you how your day was. Maybe you always complain to me. You always do this. You always do that. Learn to use the we word. We were supposed to do this. What happened? We were supposed to hang out. What happened? I feel this certain way about this. This is how I feel. I am not attacking you. Because a lot of people feel attacked in their relationship. That's why
Yeah.
they don't talk. It's like every
And
time I say something, you're attacking me. Why are you defending this person? Why are
yeah.
you angry with that person? Why? It's always an attack. So this person
The
thinks, you know what? I'm not
attack
going to
side.
say anything because you're
Anything.
always attacking me.
Oh my
Rather than
God.
that,
Yeah, that happens too,
yeah,
That happens
a lot
too.
of people feel attacked.
They are scared of talking because when they talk, you attack them on
Yes.
any little thing they
Yes.
say.
So why did you choose to do this? Why did you choose to do that? You did this and you did that. Come on, this is how I feel this certain way about what you did. You went out with this person and this is how I feel about it. We're having a conversation, we're in a relationship. How do we deal with that? I get it's how you feel. And how do we move forward? What's the way forward? How do you know it's a we conversation. To remove I out of your statements, remove you and the pointing of the fingers and all of that. Remove it from your conversation, from your communication,
That's right.
and you would realize that you're communicating more
Well,
effectively.
well,
Because now it is about how you feel
not
and what is the way
yeah.
forward, not what they have done to
Done.
you, and not attacking them and saying you're wrong and all of that.
Yeah, Bisola, pressure at work can also make people not want to talk about what they're going through. I think so because a lot of people face a lot of stuff at work, and when they come home, they just want to be by themselves. They don't want to talk about anything with their spouse. And I will say, in such situation, when you see your spouse being moody or not saying anything to you, find a way to find out what's really going on, what's happening with them. They might have a lot of stress at work. They might be stressed out. The boss might be on their neck at work. A lot of stuff
Of
might
course, a
happen.
lot of things happen
Coming
at
from
work.
work to the house, they might have encountered a lot of stuff, and they are just stressed out. I just want to sleep or just want to be by themselves. So you
That's
should.
why I understand that that's a possibility, but that's why you have to be your husband's, your wife's, your fiance's best friend.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we women like to talk. We do.
Parrots.
Sometimes we don't want to say stuff. You come back from work and you are trying to pick the words you want to talk about. But if you're comfortable enough with your partner, it's easier to pour out your mind to them. You're going through stress at work, they're the first person you want to talk to. You're going through pain, they're the first person you want to talk to. But that is after you have built a communication with them, you have built honesty with them, you have built a certain level of intimacy. And that
Exactly.
is why we're saying start early. You're in a relationship now, you're not yet married. It's good. Start early. Create that bond. Create that communication. Let always be the last resort for your partner. Let her know that when I pick up the phone to talk to this person, it's always going to be all right. We are not saying always sugarcoat things. We're not saying always pamper him or always pamper her or whatever. But either ways, let this person knows that I can get honest
Yeah.
response from this person. She's going to be there for me. She's going to tell me it's going to be all right. She's going to pat my back. But she's going to be honest with me. That's why you have to start early, so that you don't have to wait for your marriage till you're married before this person can talk to you.
No.
And you would know now if he's not talking to you. You would
If he's
know.
not communicating
Yes, you
well, you
can
will.
tell. And it's just that a lot of us just pretend. We've
Pretend not
had
to see
enough.
that part.
Yeah, we've had enough of a lot of things, and we just pretend to be fine with it. And because some people just want the ring, some people just want to get married, so they're not talking about things they should be talking about, and it's sad. That's why
So
we're
sad.
telling
It's
you,
so sad.
please communicate. We're going to
It's very
start reading.
important. We're gonna start
messages
reading
soon.
messages soon.
In the next 10 minutes, we're going to start reading the messages. We're going to start taking calls. We want to know what you think about it. By 3:10, please call us and let us know what your thoughts are. Your opinion about communication, what you think is the best way to communicate. We have resolving conflict with an undertone of love. Um, a lot of people don't know how to say "I love you" after conflict. You both of you are just let both of you should understand that we are not fighting against each other. We are fighting because we love each other. We are trying to make this work.
Even if you can't say I love you, find a way.
Let your physical, let your demeanor say "I love
Way
you."
to say it. Even if you can say I'm sorry or I love you.
People
find
say
a way
I'm
to
me.
do
I
it.
like I'm sorry. Say I'm
All
sorry.
women like to hear I'm sorry, but the men, the ego
Well,
is there. They don't
I
want to
would
say
make
it.
you say I'm sorry. I'm going to say I'm
You haven't met someone who will say
even
it.
when you're using all your physical distance to say, "Hey, I'm going to say I'm sorry." Say I'm sorry.
I want to tell you, tell me you are sorry.
Let both of you know that this is this is us. We're not fighting against each other. We're not pitching our tents against each other. Old ends, and be cool, be physical with each other. Do all those kind of things. Address things firmly, and it's just that a lot of people don't. They don't know how to become loving after a fight.
Mm.
Yeah, know how to become
Enter
loving
back.
again after
Oh my goodness.
after a fight. Then we have picking your battles. You need to know, ladies, we need to know which battle to pick and which one not, so that you don't become a nagging lady. Some of us think we're communicating, but we are just nagging.
Nagging.
Half the time, why are you watching? I came back and you were at the TV. I've been here for like 20 minutes. You've not even say hello. Yeah, come on. What
It's
would
very common.
it is? What would it
Between
take
women.
you to go right to the couch, give him a very nice kiss, hug him, and give? That would distract him from that TV for a couple of minutes.
No, not when they are watching soccer.
Oh, honey.
This one, not when they
Not
are
when you-
watching soccer. Man U
Oh,
versus
please.
Chelsea.
When you still give him that, at least that few minutes of physical attraction, even if he's going to go back to soccer right away, that physical few minutes of physical attraction, we still do something.
Yeah,
It will
you're
still
right,
do
though.
something. Yeah, it will. Rather than having to, I've been back for like 10 minutes. I've been doing this. I've been in the kitchen, and you've been sitting down there, and
Yeah, because
it's tiring.
also one thing I need to quickly chip in is keeping long malice in a relationship. Like your partner offend you, your partner has done something wrong to you, and you were kind of having him or her in mind, and you're keeping it for days.
That's
This is
another
very
thing that leads to
crazy.
resentment in
Yeah, it leads to
relationships.
resentment. I'm
Yes.
telling you, it leads to a lot of stuff because you are not discussing the issue. You are not trashing it out. It's
Yeah.
very, very dangerous.
Yeah. At the time, people are just having resentment, and that's why they don't talk. You eventually don't communicate anymore because every time we communicate is fight. It's just people don't know what they're supposed to say anymore because every time I say something, there's conflict.
Then you're there to,
And yeah.
attack.
So
to fight.
both of you need to understand that this is a relationship.
Mm.
And my wife has needs. My husband has
You
needs.
should even have
My
a
fiance
way
has
to
needs.
work it
So
out.
how do we work it out? And that's why we're saying, know how to pick your battles. What battles are you going to fight? Which ones are you going to let go? So you don't come off as too strong or too
or too
lenient or too exactly. So you need a balance in your relationship. You need a balance in your communication. One last thing before we start to read comments. Conflict doesn't
Push in your
mean
comment. Push in your comment,
break up.
guys.
Conflict doesn't mean we are done. Some people think immediately it has to be thousands of roses and valentines. Oh, it just has to be all that sweet movies and hugging in the movies and all those yummy
Romeo and
things with the
Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet. No, I don't even like using Romeo and Juliet because their end wasn't
They're
that good.
even there.
But all
They're
those
even old school,
lovely,
right?
they're old school, all those lovely things that people are doing. That's not how it's going to be. There has to be conflict. And I've said this countless
Definitely.
times. If you've never seen that man get mad or that woman get mad, you haven't seen how far she's going to go. Please don't marry her. Don't marry him. I saw something on Instagram. A friend sent it to me. It was funny as hell. This this guy pranked his girlfriend with panties. And she came in and was like, whose palace is this? And blah, 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 blah. And the guy was like, well, I don't know whose palace it is. It was a prank. Guess what she did? She went indoors and brought out a gun. She was like, don't play with me like that, man. Whose palace is that? And the guy was
ready to.
it was ready to gun him down. The guy was like, oh my God, wait, it's a prank.
Wow.
I'm like,
That's
what
camera.
the?
Is it blank?
I'm like, what the hell? You're going to kill this guy because of panties? Like,
Do
is
you
that
see
the
that
way we've resorted
If he
to?
hasn't pranked her before, this alone made him know that this lady can kill you
Exactly.
for any little mistake. You know that.
Exactly. This lady will do anything. She's like, I took care of your ass and I took care of your kids, and this is what you're going to do for me. And I'm like,
Really?
girl, you're pretty. Like, there are thousands of men out there. Why do you have to commit such great offense because of what? That's interesting.
Wow.
But that's what people have resorted to. So conflict is important in your relationship. You need to have it, but conflict doesn't mean breakup.
The relationship.
Because you're arguing your relationship doesn't mean that's the end.
You should find a way to resolve everything.
Yes, yes. Both of you should look for a way to have, resolution. You have a fight to come together and you resolve. You should have your own way of doing it. 9 out of 10 times, relationship shouldn't have to lead to breakup, except it's an abusive relationship, except the guy is cheating on you or the girl is cheating on you, except it's a mental health or extreme incompatibility issue. I don't think you all should break up over.
Mere communication issue.
If it's not even mere communication, both of you are supposed to communicate, but maybe trivial issues like you're supposed to call me, you did not call me. I texted you, you took you forever to respond.
Those are just
Trivial
messed up.
issues, messed up issues that both of you are supposed to just talk like adults,
about
mature
it.
people, and get things sorted out. But both of you are not doing that. 9 out of 10 times you can work it out. The beauty of love is not in a dozen of roses on Valentine's Day. It's not in holding each other alone in the good times. There's always going to be bad times. Not always, but there will be bad times. It would come, and both of you need to look for a way to resolve your conflict, to stay together despite the imperfections. So we're going to start reading comments. We've had a lot of comments. Blessing said, lack of communication can cause resentments between couples. I totally
agree.
100% agree with you, Blessing. When we don't communicate, we're going to assume. Half the time, I'm assuming what he's doing. He's assuming what I'm doing.
Nobody can see the inside of you. Your partner can't see the inside of you. You have to communicate. You have to say it out in order for him or her to know what is really. We don't read minds yet. Yeah. So in order for him or her to know what you're going through, what's happening in there, you have to communicate. You have to say it out.
Both of you need to have communication. Without that, resentment is going to go, frustration will come, pent up issues, anger, and all of that will just, come up. Safi said, it must be understood that it's not easy to adapt to each other for life. You have to show love, confidence,
and
patience on a daily basis to make it happen. I so agree with you, Safi. It's important because we're two different people
coming from
two different backgrounds, two different families, two different cultures, and we're coming together. It takes a lot.
Two different countries.
I'm telling you, probably two different countries, and it's like, can we ever adapt to each other? Yes, it takes love, it takes confidence, it takes patience.
You have to be very patient.
Safi, thank you so much for that comment. On a daily basis to make it happen. If both of you are not willing to be patient with each other, if both of you are not willing to become, I trust you and I trust your judgment.
Even twins are not the same.
Yes, they're not.
They are different.
They are.
Now talking of someone coming from a different background,
and she's grown up in a different background. Do you know all the things
already grown up
while growing up?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know all the things we're seeing while growing up? So this person has grown up in a certain environment, in a certain background,
which is quite different from where you grew up.
She's coming. You're coming. Both of you are coming together. It takes a lot. Yes, I agree with you.
Thanks for that point, Safi. We do appreciate that.
We appreciate that. Safi said the real language of love is communication. If you say you love me, communicate. Tell me things. Do gossip with me. If you let's gist.
Let's
If
just.
you love me, just with me.
Mhm.
The latest gossip, I should have it from you. When
And
I have a gossip, you should
you
be
should
the
be the
first
first
person I want
person
to
to
share
know.
it with. Yeah.
But some people actually don't like phone communication. They like to text.
Yeah, there are people like
Whichever your
that.
partner love to do, you should be able to adapt to it
Yes, I agree.
and follow suit.
Yes,
Because I know some people might say, oh, I don't like talking much. I love texting.
I agree with you on that. I'm not going against that. But where I would fight you on that is having important conversation over the text.
No, no, no.
You
You're
can
coming back home, right?
Yes,
Definitely
both
coming
of you
back
can
home.
text and say all kinds of gossip about each other. No, gossip about other people, not about each other. Gossip about other people to each other, and you can text if that's what both of you like. If one
Do
person likes
but
to
but
do it, the other person can adapt. It's not hard. Both of you can text it, but when it comes to important conversation, if you cannot have it face to face, I would say it's best that you have it over the phone. Like hear this person's
mm,
voice. No, our voice go up and down. There
mhm,
is tone to everything.
mm.
It's much better than having to do it texting. I feel like it's there are a lot of meanings, there are a lot of emotions that get lost while we text. That's
Mm.
just my
We misquote
each other.
each other on
Yes.
text.
Ade Omoba
Amova
said
says
communication is
it's
very
very
essential. I
essential.
agree with you. It is.
That's what we've been talking about.
It's very
It's very
essential.
essential.
We agree with you. Lizzie said, "I'm here. What's going on?" And communication happens to be a root
And
and also
also the
have different branches.
mm,
Exactly. When communication, okay, let's do it this way. I would say love is the root
mm,
because when I love you, I want to tell you things.
mhm.
When I love you, I
I think,
trust you
yeah, I think those
to make.
those couples who doesn't communicate, I think the thing they love, they're actually not love. They don't love each other. That's what I think. Because if you say you love someone, you definitely want to communicate with this
Things
person.
happen every day.
You might
So
be
who do
thinking
you
you love,
talk
and
to?
I don't know.
Like who? You come home, you're not
Just
excited to tell
planning
this person about
how your day
or how
went.
your day went, the things that got you mad, someone that got you angry. If you're a guy and you have a girl that's not talking to you, it's either she doesn't love
That is
you
it. If
or maybe you haven't created the space for her to be open enough to discuss with you.
that's it.
Because there are people that, there are ladies that are in a relationship and like, what, I don't want to bother him because, every time I say something now,
It's gonna knock me
he's going
out.
to knock me off and he's just going to, I love him. I want to, but
I
I
have
don't
things
want
to say to him,
to
but
say
it's
to him,
not giving me
but he's not
room.
giving me the room. So if you're in a relationship and I'm
He or
saying
she,
she,
he or she is not giving you
I
room.
am
Then
saying she because I am a she and I like to talk. So I am saying she because if you're in a relationship with her and she's not talking to you, I think you need to recap and ask yourself again, what exactly are we doing? Why are we not talking? Um, yes, Safi said couples need to learn together to communicate effectively. Indeed, the quality of the communication is
it's
often
often
the
the
best
best determinant
determinant
of their
of your
success in a
success in marriage.
marriage.
Yes. See, he said the quality
Mm.
of their communication. So that means communication can be just quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Communication can be it can be the worst of
Mm.
quality ever. It might be
Yeah,
terrible. Both of you think you're talking,
and you
but
are
you're not
not
talking. So your communication has to be of good quality.
quality.
What is the standard? Create a standard for your communication. Let it be the
Definitely.
top notch. Let it be Gucci. Let your communication be, brands.
In fact, bring up a topic just to
Louis
communicate.
Vuitton and the
Just have
likes. Let your
something to say.
communication be strong. Because
Yeah.
when it is, it determines a lot. It determines the kind of marriage you're going to have.
Mm.
It determines the kind of home you're going
You're
to
gonna
build
build.
together. Um,
It's the
yes,
basic truth. Yeah, we
yes.
agree with you.
Um,
I wish everyone the best
best possible
possible
relationship. We do
relationship.
wish everyone the best possible relationship as well, and we hope that people, understand that it's important to talk in the relationship. Lizzie said thousands of men are also in a relationship. Yeah, they are. If your man is cheating you and gonna you gun his left leg.
Lizzie, you're not serious.
Okay. Lizzie, I say this, and When I say this, maybe this is just my own
Opinion.
this is just my opinion. I say that in relationship, when you're with someone and they decide to, go south, and when I say there are thousands of men out there, remember you attract your kind.
You even know what I want to say, Bisola.
You attract the
She
kind
said,
of
"If the
man.
man cheats, what makes him to cheat?
Well,
Probably you're not
it might be a
communicating."
serial cheater. It might be, aside from, it's not always our fault. It's not always the fault of the woman when a man
Yeah, at times
cheats.
it's the man.
Sometimes it's just
He
the
has
man
running
with
in
his
his
own
blood.
issues. Yes, he just can't keep his legs together. He can't keep it in his pants and choose to do whatever he wants to do. Sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes it's just his fault. And then remember, you attract your kind. So when I say there are thousands of men out there, if he's cheating on you, honey, and you know that you're good, you're doing everything that you need to do, you're doing it right, God help you, honey, the right person
Will surely
will
come.
surely come around. The right person will meet you. And you don't have to gun a man down and go to jail.
Do you even
For
ask him
that.
the reason for cheating?
I'm not even going to ask you why you cheated.
Definitely, you have to. That's part of communication.
If you cheat on me,
No, there's a way you will ask, and you will kind of, what am I not doing right? What are you seeing in those ladies out there or in the man out there that you are not seeing in me? That's part of communication.
it depends. It depends on the kind of, you know, relationship that you have. Again, it boils down to the kind of relationship that both of you have built. If we've had a relationship where I know that I trust you and it's like
That you have
this
no
is out
reason
of
to.
character, then I can ask you, honey, what happened?
What
Um,
happened? Have I done anything
yes,
wrong?
did I do something out of, place?
Profession?
Can we discuss this? That is deep. It depends on the relationship. But for that girl that went ahead and took gun, then something has been wrong in that relationship that she
God, the
wasn't
love is like, no. That's not good.
Tomola said, my silence means to avoid trouble. What about that? Well, that's what we say, that because a lot of people feel attacked. Someone is
Yeah,
talking to
they
you, and it's like
decided to go
every time there
silent.
is attack, they keep quiet. But that's still not the right way to communicate.
That is why we said keeping quiet can result into depression.
It can result to resentment.
Resentment,
It can result to
depression,
pent up
different
frustration.
kind of frustration.
Yeah.
Can result to hatred. It can result to a lot of stuff because what you're supposed to share, they said a problem I've shared is half
I've solved.
solved.
Yeah.
If you do not discuss about a certain situation, you just keep it to yourself. Definitely, you're giving room to a lot of stuff to come
And
in.
then you're giving room again to just assumptions.
Yeah, you just
What
assume.
makes you think she's going to cause trouble then? What makes you think she's going to look for trouble if you tell her? What makes you think he's going to cause trouble if you let him know? You just need to talk, you need to communicate out there. If you don't say it, then you cannot read this
You
other
can never
person's
find
mind.
solution. You're not a mind reader.
You're not.
You better say it out and resolve it, even if the resulting
If it
stuff can
results in
even
conflict. Yes.
then it's better it results in conflict.
And then you resolve it.
He or she
That's the
has said it
point.
out, then you resolve it back.
Yeah,
That's what we're
that's
talking
way
about.
better than
'Cause
having to
keeping it is
keep
very
quiet about it.
dangerous.
It's not. I
It's
I
not
do
good. We do
not.
not advise
I do
that.
not advise keeping silence in a relationship. It's better you talk about
Yeah.
it than you trash it out.
Mavuto Wale says talking to each other whenever you have a problem. Yeah, that's what we've been saying, that you have to say it whenever there is an issue or a problem. Yeah, you talk to each other. You speak out and resolve it. Why Kule said, Mr. Tommy, after the silence for a while comes communication to solve or discuss the issue for silence. Definitely that's what we just said.
That is if your partner is receptive to your silence. There are some people that do not care if you keep quiet for years. There are women that would come in, they realize you are quiet, they will keep quiet themselves
Definitely.
because the
I
communication
won't
is not
say
what they because the communication is not there. Yeah.
in my situation, I wouldn't do that because when I say it's quiet, definitely I know something is wrong. It needed my help. It needed to talk to someone. I will find a way to push the word out of you. That's what I
Because
think.
that's the kind of relationship that you have. This still all of this comes down, it boils down to the relationship that you have created. There are some people that the relationship they have is a talkless relationship, if there's anything like that. Both of you don't talk. So even when
That's
this
not a
person
relationship. If we don't talk, then what are
well,
we
there are
doing?
marriages like that. The husband is out, the wife is out, everybody's following their careers, and everybody comes home tired. So even when my husband is, I mean, maybe me, I'm even angry that he's not asking me why I'm quiet, and he's quiet himself. He's expecting me to come and ask him why he's quiet. I beg you, let's put of us
Then
be
everybody
quiet on
just
their own.
go on their own different ways.
So it depends on the relationship that you have. If both of you have the relationship where
You
when
can
both of us, when I
communicate.
come in, he knows I'm going to come blot out everything. Like I have a wonderful woman in my life. She said, I get so frustrated at work every time that when I get home, all I want to do is point at my husband. And the poor man just sits there and listens.
In such situation, the man will be doing and listening now.
And the man is probably just waiting for her to finish it.
I'm telling you.
Take a nice
He might
person.
even be yawning when she's talking, you know.
He better not do that because then he's looking for trouble.
Ibele says some men still see their wives as a stranger.
Yes, because a lot of them haven't gone through the whole process of the relationship, the process of
Yeah.
having good communication.
That's
the
why
process of courtship.
last week
When
we talked about
courtship.
you in courtship. We talked about you talking about the kind of home you want to build,
Yeah.
the kind of children you want to have, how you want your home to be. This what Ibele said now is it has to do from the scratch, from the beginning of the relationship, of the courtship, before even the marriage. When you start your courtship, I want to know what you want, how you want me to look, how you want my kids to be, what kind
Yeah.
of school,
What
are we planning?
what kind of home do you want?
Uh-huh.
A lot of people are not even, people have all kinds of relationships.
Yeah.
There are all manners of relationship in this world. People define the kind of relationship they want, and when they are not getting what they expect, because they've defined the relationship in a certain way, they begin to complain. There are people that don't mind if they talk or not in their relationship. There are people that don't even want to talk. They just want a marriage, an acquired wife.
They just want someone who can bear them children. They actually not. They don't want someone who can build a
They don't
home
want
with
someone they want
them.
to talk to. They just want
What they
someone
want,
that will have their kids and that's it. There's some
all in
people
the
that
name
don't care
that
if their
I'm
wife
married.
is, yeah, some people don't care if their wife is intelligent or not. They don't care if their wife is good looking or
I'm
not.
working or wherever.
They just all
don't
they
care.
want is somebody that will have my
Have them
kids,
children.
take care of my kids, make sure that
You know,
she's well
that's actually some
dressed.
people's mentality.
A
They
wife,
think
yes.
marriage has to do with you bearing a child, sleeping together.
That's all.
It's beyond that.
That's all.
That's why
That's why
communication.
we say it depends on the kind of home that you want. Depends on the kind of marriage that both of you choose to want to have. It depends on the kind of communication that you've had from the start. If you're dating someone, how many months did it take you to decide you're going to marry that person? So both of you been together for 2 years.
Those are part of courtship. That's why we asked last week how long
Yes.
should courtship
How long
last.
should courtship
You are in a
last?
courtship, you do not communicate, you don't know what your spouse actually want and what it doesn't want.
And then in the marriage, it's
Then
like you're with a
When
stranger
like a stranger when you get married.
because both of you have decided not to do the needful. If you didn't see our last episode, it's on YouTube. You can follow us on NAIJAXTREME Extreme
TV on YouTube, you see our previous
and you see the
episodes.
episode we did on courtship. It's an amazing episode. You should go watch it because then you get to understand that marriage that goes wrong after a long time, probably divorce starts from courtship. Some of the signs were there.
They
Some
can
of
see the
the
signs, but they
reason,
decided to ignore.
yeah, they decide
They
to
think they
ignore.
can bear it, and
They think they can
I'm so
just make
sorry.
it work, and they think, you know
It's
what?
getting wrong.
I just want the ring.
You know, someone
I
told
just
me a
want to be
story.
Mrs. I want to be a
This
Mrs.
one, let
or
me make you
Mr.
laugh. Someone told me a
Just make
story
me laugh.
about a friend, and then this lady during the courtship, she knows that this guy has a small, that is this thing is not that big.
Oh
But it
my
was like
God,
she was like the guy is I love him, he's so kind, the guy is romantic, the guy is nice. Because of nice, you want to manage the small thing that you know that it's not enough.
so they have sex before marriage.
Yeah, so that kind of thing. Now she knows from the beginning, but she still want to continue with this guy
Oh
because he's
God.
nice. Can she stand it even in the marriage? Definitely she will be cheating, right?
Of course.
You know,
And the fact that she sees that as an issue,
she should resolve that first.
there is nothing she can do about it now.
Resolving it by taking a walk.
Well, it doesn't. I don't know.
And she was telling a friend that then I'll buy the toy stuff.
Oh
And
God.
the friend now asks her, do your guy know you have this toy stuff?
She said no.
She said, I will let him know. Okay, why are you
So
staying with him?
she's already planning to cheat in the marriage. And she's not even married
And this is
already.
during courtship.
But this is sad though.
That's what we're talking about. In courtship, it gets to say a lot of stuff.
Why not tell the guy what's? I think there are a lot of things that people do to enlarge all kinds of things. If you tell him that's the problem, he should be able, if he wants
The
to.
funniest thing, she said the guy is tall, and she has this mentality that those tall
Oh
guys they
God,
always have, and she came, she was disappointed, and she
that's
still
sad.
want to continue with that relationship.
Well, also Mr. Nice Guy.
My friend was just gisting me today, and I was just laughing, and I was like, and she didn't want to continue with that relationship. I don't know.
That's interesting though. That's interesting. Um, communication is important. I think we
Yeah, someone
made
said
that.
it depends on how interactive the wife is. Yeah, we said so earlier that not only the wife, both of you should have some, should be able to talk to
Should be
each other at
open.
any time, to
Both of
be
you should be
open.
ready to take the step. It's not just the man, it's not just the woman. Nobody has sole responsibility in the marriage. Both of you have the responsibility to be open to each other, to be honest with each other, to communicate with each other. So it's not just the wife's responsibility, it's not just the fiance's responsibility, it's both
It's
of you's
both
responsibility.
parties.
Yes, if the man is not willing to talk, the woman is not willing to talk, nothing is going to happen. What you have is not a marriage, it's not a
If
relationship.
there's a way you can force him to say whatever
And you don't have to
his
want to
mind or
force them.
her
It needs to
mind.
happen naturally. Both of you need to
Yeah,
know.
like we said, we come from different
Yes, that's what I'm
it
saying. That
might
both of you
not be
need to
used
be willing to
willing,
do it.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Because
saying. That I should not force you to talk to me. You should want to talk to me. I should
definitely
want to talk to you. We should be able to want to talk to each other. Because if we say we love each other,
you
then we
should be
need to
able
be
to.
able to do this basic thing. It is just so basic. Communication is basic, but if done wrongly, can lead to all kinds of pain, all
Oh,
kinds of stress, all kinds of frustration, all kinds of, depression. We don't want to say the word, but a lot of people get depressed just from their relationship.
let me just hint them. And next week we'll be talking about depression fully. Is the full topic for next week. I really want all our viewers to be ready and prepared for this question and to bring in their question and let's discuss together how depression really starts, what actually causes depression, and how does it just increase that way. Some people are depressed and they don't even know they are. The signs to look out for in a depressive person.
We're going to be talking
We're
about
going
next
to be
week
talking about
because
it because it's going to be
people
an
that are
awesome.
depressed
They're out there.
know, but they're in denial. They some of them don't know the word. They don't know what it's called. Some of them, and mood swing is different from depression. We're going to be talking about all of this next week. Just stay tuned. We want to see you again. It's been nice having you
And
guys.
please do subscribe to Nigeria Stream TV on YouTube and make sure you watch all our previous series episodes and follow us on Facebook on Nigeria Stream and on Instagram on Nigeria Stream Media, on Facebook Nigeria Stream, Twitter Nigeria Stream. We are so glad to have you all on the show today, and it was a very very interesting and
Thank you
interactive
for your
show.
comments.
We so much love you
You
guys.
guys are just the bomb. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. You can look at our other episodes on YouTube.
Yeah.
They're also as informative as you want. And then they build up to the next episode when we talk about a certain episode. It can lead to the next one. It's all interwoven, so you can go ahead and see it, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It's fun, it's interesting. Thank you all for watching. Happy New Year again. We hope to see you next week Saturday, same time on Nigeria Stream TV. Bye.
Bye.
Ugh,
Yeah,
try to my mic.